So great to have your company on the Amy crossover. We are in the Amy breakdown as we count down to United and the Bullets at John Cain Arena. Marley, Kane, Damon, what are we expecting tonight? Top of the table, Melbourne United, 4 wins in a row.
I'm expecting 5 wins in a row by Melbourne United. Everything's working. They're doing everything well. They get JLA back this week. I don't see any flaws in this team. They don't. They do everything right. Collectively on defense, you know they're going to strangle the life out of you at some point. They're going to hold you to one of those low quarters. And eventually somebody's going to get hot. Might be a Gata, might be CG43. It's going to be somebody, you know that. So I'm expecting a win.
Now, they have a space cane, and this is your area of expertise, for an import. Should they chase one, and are they?
I think they should. I think that they should be chasing another import. Now, you could say that they have the perfect team, but I think it would be an almighty flex if United just sits there and says, you know what, 3 import spots, we're just going to go with 1 and we're going to win the title and beat every other team in it. So we'll see. I asked them during the week, the club, and I was told that there is no move in the works. I'm just not sure if I buy it. But they do have to make a move quickly. You have to play 7 games to qualify for the postseason, which leaves them a window of 2 to 3 weeks here to get something done.
Yeah, look, it would help, right? It would help these guys out. But I think, honestly, at the moment, I think these guys are a powerhouse. This is what United does. They've already shown this, in years to come. And I think, yeah, they could obviously benefit from having an import. But I think with what they've got, they can definitely get a championship this year with what they got.
Damon, how would a player at Melbourne United feel? Give me the difference between not bringing one and bringing one in. Do they feel galvanised by the fact that they've got the team to do it now, they don't need anyone, or would they be excited to welcome someone in?
If they were a team that they was maybe only relying on 6 guys, maybe they feel different. But they're relying on everybody. Everybody, their bench is deep. So to bring somebody in now, somebody's going to miss out. Like, does Jack White play less minutes? Yeah. I mean, you already got David Barlow not playing a whole lot of minutes. Does Brad Newley not play any minutes? You know what I mean? All these guys pitch in, and they all need it in their own little area. They all have their area of strength. So I think to bring somebody in would completely wreck the chemistry, Dean. Don't do it.
OK, so Brisbane Bullets tonight do not have Nathan Sobey, their star. Marley, who are you throwing the ball to tonight if you're the point guard for the Brisbane Bullets?
Franks. You know what? Matter of fact, Jason Cadee, let's let Franks just take it out of bounds and just come the whole way up. Franks needs the ball 90% of this game. I want to see him have 30 tonight. It's going to be the only way these guys have a chance at winning this game tonight. I want the ball in Franks' hands every possession down the floor tonight to see them get a win.
They haven't had a lot of offense outside of Sobey, Patterson and Franks. So someone else has to score. Is it going to be Isaiah Moss? Is it going to be Tanner Krebs? I don't know. I mean, you mentioned Jason Cadee. He's averaging 9.8 points per game. But outside of those big 3 that are getting you 50 a night, they're getting nothing. Nothing.
They're going to need Isaiah Moss to step up. Kendrick Lamar Patterson got to do Patterson things, and lots of them. Obviously, Franks has got to be the go-to guy. Now, Anthony Drimmick is out. Congratulations, too, by the way. On the birth of your child. But Tanner Krebs, but mostly Isaiah Moss. Now, we haven't seen a whole lot of him this year. He's had some injury complaints. He's playing spotty minutes. But tonight, I don't see any excuse. This guy should be playing at least 28 to 30 minutes, and let's see what he can really put on the scoreboard.
Robert Franks is clearly a threat inside and out. We know that. So is Joe Lual-Acuil, and he is back tonight for Melbourne United, the MVP fancy. How massive is he going to be again for United?
Well, he's going to go up against Robert Franks and Tyrell Harrison. They're big guys that obviously Brisbane have, but he's had a massive season. 1 week off doesn't mix with the chemistry, something that he's doing there. He's had obviously the momentum. I doubt it. He's probably going to get 30 and 15. Let's be honest.
He's rested. He's rested. He had a week off. He's going to come back. There's no real matchup for this guy. Like Jack Salt and Tyrell Harris, they big guys, but they're not mobile enough, I don't think, for JLA. At some point, they might go small ball, put Robert Franks on him, and then it could get real ugly on that end of the court. On the other end is where they got to try to punish him. So if they go small, let JLA have to guard Franks maybe, now we can maybe expose him a little bit. But I'm expecting him to just keep playing MVP basketball.
The last time they met, solid win in round 8 to Melbourne United. JLA had a double-double, and Melbourne United won 4 in a row. They've been in streaks through this whole season. They lost 2, won 8, lost 2, and they've won 4 more now. They're sitting at 12 and 4, top of the table. We're going to bring up the ladder in a moment. So let's start it with Melbourne United, and I'm just going to tee you up. Are they deservedly the favourite, and are they the best team in the competition right now?
They're the most reliable team. I think we picked this up pretty early. Obviously, they lost the 2 games early, but they didn't have Chris Golding in the lineup, so you sort of gave him a bit of a pass. But since he's been back, they've been dominant. Interesting stat. They're actually 11-1 with Jack White in the lineup. When he plays, they just win. And the game they lost was in overtime to Adelaide.
So the next 4 for Melbourne United, they've got the Bullets tonight, as we know. Then they've got Perth, South East Melbourne Phoenix, and then the Adelaide 36ers. That takes them through to 20 games. Now, South East Melbourne Phoenix are second. We've talked about them a little bit tonight. It's a crucial 4-game run coming up for the Phoenix Marley. They've got Illawarra twice. They've got Melbourne United, as we know, and then the Sydney Kings. It's a massive 4-game stretch for them.
That's a tough stretch, and this kind of will prove whether the Phoenix are going to make a run late in the season here and whether they really will be in that championship game. This is a tough battle for them, these next 4 games. Coming up against Illawarra, you want to get these 2 wins. Obviously, United's going to be a tough game, great battle, and then Sydney, you want to try and knock them off as well. So if they can get at least 3 out of the 4 in this stretch here, I think they're looking pretty good to, have a chance at winning the chip this year.
Have you seen enough from the Phoenix, Damon? To be championship
No,
contenders. They should make. They should.
Just trying to gather my thoughts properly. The Phoenix are playing real well, and Mitch Creek said a good thing I really like. They can win even when it's ugly.
Yeah.
Even when they don't play their best, they can beat you. That's scary. Can the Illawarra Hawks do that? Can they play not at their best and win? Remains to be seen.
Don't jump the gun. We're getting to them.
Remains to be seen. But I'm on the Phoenix train. At least a top 2 to 3 finish. Now, obviously, Perth, like I said, every single week, I'm expecting them to run the table.
So you've jumped to Perth here. We're still on Phoenix.
Okay, Damon,
Show me the
just
script.
Keep
What
you
am
in
I
line. Can you talk about the Phoenix, please? I'm cutting across you, Damon. I'm sorry.
He's got the Wildcats colours on. He can't help himself. I think they need to at least split these games. If they get through this 4-game period, 2-2, I think they'll still be feeling comfortable. 1-3, or worst case scenario, they might start to get a little bit wobbly. But I think Mitch Creek's point that they don't need Joe Chi to dominate a game. They don't need Mitch Creek to dominate games. They've obviously got Xavier Mumford. Kyle Adner might be the 6th man of the year off the bench so far. He brings that scoring punch. So I think the good thing about the Phoenix is they're still figuring things out, I think, but they're so deep.
My Perth Wildcats sit 3rd on the table. I'm claiming him. So they got Adelaide tomorrow, the 36ers. Then they take on Melbourne United, which is a Thursday night game. Then they've got Brisbane and New Zealand twice. And then they're heading home to Perth. So they've still got 5 games to negotiate while they're on the road. We know how you feel about them. We'll get to you in a second. Marley, 5 games to go. They've got a 2-week stretch to get these games out, and they get to go home, sleep in their own bed, see their families.
And obviously, we're going to see Perth do well when they get home. We know that. But they need to string a couple wins, in these tough 4 or 5 games here to really see where they're at. I honestly, Perth's always going to be a powerhouse team. Bryce and Vic, they're 2 of the best in the league, right? We know that. That's obvious. But these guys really need to start stringing some wins together and get some momentum going into the end of the season to see if they can have a chance in getting the championship again.
Their form of late has been a little patchy. Kane, are you still keeping the faith with Perth, or are you wobbling?
Well, they've been a 500 team on the road, so that's the facts. But going home, I think everyone assumes that they're going to go on a run here. I did speak to GM Danny Mills during the week, and I think the big question is whether they make a roster move. Michael Fraser, you're a big Michael Fraser guy. This is going to be interesting to see whether they stick with him.
Okay, we didn't get to go with the Kings and Illawarra. We know you love the Kings. We know you're shaky on Illawarra.
Wait, we can't talk about Sydney?
No, we've moved on, mate.
I'm ready to talk about Sydney.
Right, we're almost ready to go live to JCA here on ESPN. Thank you so much for your company on the Amy crossover. We'll be back again tomorrow night. It's the Bullets and United tonight, live on ESPN. Hoops coming your way right here.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Amy.
Yep.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Trade.
Chris Golding from way outside. He has lit the fire. Chris Golding. Joe Lual-Acuil, a little bit of salt into the wound. Ariel Hook-Porty turning it on. Agata, part of the seas, floated it in. Alley-oop play sees Jack White play bluff the rim. Beautiful pass. Jack White sized up his chances, took them all on, dropped two on him, and he has been hot, Jack White. And here we go with the Joe Show. Danced it in, looked up, had a go, the reverse. Delightful. It's pretty. Chilly. Had some space, makes them pay. Got back in time, a guard down the other end. Bam! That is a highlight for you. Oh, rejected. White, not in my house. Here's Golding. Shows them how it's done. That's the difference. Crowd rises one. Melbourne United on top spot. Heatling quickly down the floor. Chris Golding, Hook-Porty, and one. Wow, that is huge. Good win for Melbourne United. They were challenged with the number one team on top of the ladder, reconfirmed their quality.
Once again, they are the competition's benchmark, Melbourne United. 12 wins and 4 losses for the season. They sit on top of the NBL Ladder, and they look to extend that lead with a home game on Saturday night at John Cain Arena. Great to have your company in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Jack Heverin joined by Corey Homicide Williams and Pete Hooley. And Hool's the good news for Melbourne. Straight off the top, Joe Lual-Acuil suited up and is playing tonight.
Well, it's always good news. The MVP contender right now, he's been enormous. Had the week off, still awaiting the birth of his second child. So I'm not sure who's got the phone right now, but at any point, if he'd see JLA sprinting off to the locker room, which happened last year with Mitch McCarron at the end of the game, we know why, but good to have him back.
DoorDash starting 5 for the Brisbane Bullets, Corey, has got a significant out for them not playing for the next 4 weeks. Nathan Sobey, you can use the code word MADNESS to get 20% off everything. He's a very, very hard man to replace.
Definitely a hard man to replace. Jason Kadee is going to have to step up, have a big one. But more important, Isaiah Moss is going to have a big game.
So the question for Brisbane is, what sort of Brisbane team are we going to get, Corey?
Well,
We've seen their best, and their best is good, and they've taken some scalps. Unfortunately, though, at times they have let themselves go and have lost some games that they probably should have won.
They have to get the ball to Robert Franks early. It is essential for them to get that ball to Robert Franks. Lamar Patterson loves to play in Melbourne. Usually has a big game when he plays against them. So I'm looking forward for him to have a big one. But the focal point of this offense has to be get the ball to Robert Franks.
Well, not only that, you mentioned guys who play well at John Cain Arena. We saw one last game. Kyle McIntosh became one of the John Cain Arena specialists. Jason Kadee plays really well on this floor against Melbourne United, as the Bullets tend to do. Even back when Andre Lamanis was coaching, they always put up a really good fight on this floor. But this season haven't travelled well. They're not very good on the road. They can't score a lot on the road, missing out on Nathan Sobey and Anthony Drimmick. So big congratulations to the Drimmick family as well on the birth of their first child. But this is going to be a big test for them.
1-6 on the road this season, the Brisbane Bullets, unfortunately for them. Here's the DoorDash starting lineup for Melbourne United, with Joe Lual-Acuil back in that team as well. It's deep. They go all the way down.
Well, they do. So deep right now. And Joe Lual-Acuil is just so good to have him back for Melbourne United. Jack White, I think, has been phenomenal. Delhi starting, Caleb Agata, and they are loaded with defensive talent that when you put it together, that's why they're so hard to score against. They've got 4 guys, maybe even 5 guys who could win the Defensive Player of the Year.
You can see Dave Barlow there not playing tonight. He's in a moon boot, not going to be playing for the next 3 to 4 weeks. And unfortunately, bad news during the week for Callum Dalton, one of the younger players as well, who has a serious knee injury and he's going to be out for a substantial period of time. So we wish him all the best. So we're just about set to go at John Cain Arena. United getting this one, Corey?
Yeah, I got United. The MVP's back and well rested. Expect him to have a big one and pick up right where he left off.
Pulls?
I'm just not sure they have a matchup for Joe Lual-Acuil. I'm not sure anybody has a matchup for Joe Lual-Acuil, but again, Lamar Patterson now, this is his team with Nathan Sobey out, so him and Robert Franks, but we expect him to handle the ball a little more and see what they can do.
Second meeting of the season between these two teams. Now officials tonight, Michael Aylan, Mitch Hare and Ruben Woolcock. As Jack Salt back into that starting lineup. Takes the opening tip, which falls Melbourne United's way. Golding turns the corner. Isaiah Moss has the job of trying to stop him early on. Nice pass inside for Dellavedova.
Cut to the basket by Delly, getting an easy 2.
And the Bullets, as Pete spoke about, their record at home has been reasonable. 5-4 at home, but their record on the road has been shocking. 1-6.
Robert Franks, we know he's a superstar. He's taking more threes than any other big man in the competition. He's starting to shoot them even more, averaging almost 7 threes attempted a game. Shoots at 37%.
And Lamar Patterson had 21 points when the teams played on Boxing Day. Was huge in that game. It's going to have to be huge again for them tonight. Moss for 3. Salt kept it alive. Nice hustle play for the Bullets. Well, Franks. Salt kicks it back out to Moss. He drains the second one.
And that is one man, like I said. He's a great shooter. Inconsistent this year as far as when he was on the court performing. You know, he's been injured a lot and COVID, and there's so many things that happened to him, but it's good to see him off to a good start. And, ooh, big man, those uniforms are electrifying.
Well,
Melbourne United's uniform.
Well, they all are across the league, but this is what we talk about. Absence creates opportunity for players. We've said it a lot over the last couple of weeks and this season. Nathan Sobey ruled out for 4 weeks, which is a huge out. In terms of players each team can't afford to lose across the league, Nathan Sobey is that one player for the Brisbane Bullets. He's their heart and soul. He's their leader. And Isaiah Moss now will get an opportunity to not only play a little more, but to get a couple more shots up.
Dean Vickerman coaching game number 250 tonight. Great milestone for one of the most successful coaches by winning percentage in NBL history. Early stages at John Cain Arena. Earlier tonight, Tasmania winners over the New Zealand Breakers. And a triple header to come as part of Sunday Hoops tomorrow. Kadee pulls the trigger.
Defense as a team. There's a couple late switches there. Everybody's on the same page, fighting through screens. Going to live with that kind of shot from Kadee.
Good offensive rebound by Jack White. You got to find a body. That young fella's active. Earns himself a trip to the free throw line. JLA, good defense by Jack Salt. Shot was short, but doing the work on the old boys as he does every night.
The boys were just talking about it earlier in the crossover. Jack White's record as a professional
oh my goodness.
It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. What is it? 2 losses?
It's
2 losses.
I tell you why. It has a lot to do with just how perfect of a piece he is for the Melbourne United team. He's so tough on the defensive end. Great athlete on the offensive end as well. And a true leader.
So let's get this right. His record when in the lineup, is it about 25-2, something like that? Something ridiculous like
It is something absurd.
The stat man Mark Slocum will be all over that, but the key number is 2 losses, Corey. That's the key.
Extremely impressive.
Look at the hands. Lual-Acuil got a hand on that.
Here goes Jack White. From one end to the other. Forces it in.
Strong. Can handle the ball, as you can see, and finish in traffic. Takes the bump and still finishes.
Have a look at Delly's job right now. Lamar Patterson didn't even let him bring the ball up, just trying to really limit his touches. There's Caleb Agata, another one.
Got in the way of that backdoor cut. He takes it coast to coast. It doesn't go. Isaiah Moss out there starting his first game for the Bullets. No Nathan Sobey, and as we mentioned, no Anthony Drimmick tonight either. Here is Moss. That will be an offensive foul.
Well, it will. Delhi was there for about a week. And again, this is why we talk about Defensive Player of the Year. And Joe Lual-Acuil said it should be Shea Ili. Shea Ili's in the conversation, but Delhi's, I think, leading because the way he sets the tone, not so much the things that show up on a stat sheet, puts his body on the line. He was the one who made them throw the lob over to Lamar Patterson. He's the one trying to stop Lamar Patterson getting touches. He sets the tone on the best defensive team in the league. Jack White, another one. Joe Lual-Acuil leads the league in blocks. Caleb Agata is an exceptional defender.
This is just a very, very difficult team to score on all across the board.
Only 77.9 points a game they are conceding. Best in the competition in that stat. Agata, nice take. Doesn't finish.
Everything right, but finish.
84-82 was the score when the teams played on Boxing Day. Melbourne got the points, but Brisbane had their chances on that day.
Good take there. Lamar Patterson just caught Jack White a little bit slow trying to move his feet.
Lamar Patterson.
He's going to need to be big.
Yeah, he's been big for him. Just hasn't transferred over into the W section. Last game he finished with 16 points, 10 assists.
You mentioned their road struggles off the top, Jack. 1 and 6 on the road, 88 points per game. They score at home. Listen, Arena, best field goal percentage in the league. Playing at home. They go on the road, just 78 points a game.
Gee.
So you combine 78 points on the road, and then you come up against the best defensive team in the competition.
Lual-Acuil and one.
Just great execution.
He's going to be a massive problem for them tonight.
Easy find inside, and again, no answer for the big fella. Passes at the right angle, catches it both feet in the paint, easy bucket.
Big test for Harrison, who got the length to try and worry Joe Lual-Acuil out of a couple of things. He's left a few points at the free throw line already, but he can't be getting caught on those screens, on those stagger screens, cross screens. Got to do his work early, so Lual-Acuil doesn't just have to get it underneath the hoop and rise up.
Terrell Harrison into the game. Jack Salt sits down. Tanner Krebs in also for his first minutes. Frank's first field goal attempt is no good. Ili. Lual-Acuil in the low block.
Once it didn't have the right angle, but he has the ball now.
Patterson got him on the way past.
Look at Patterson. This is now he's going to have to be the leader, saying, "Where's my help defense? I've done everything right in the end." But he took a little bite. But see him pointing, saying, "I'm going to funnel it. Where's the double team coming or the help defense?" No one was there. They had good hands in the end. And with no Nathan Sobey, he's going to have to be a leader, both vocally and by playing the right way. So that's what you want to see.
Brisbane 1 of 5 to start this game. Krebs, nice pass underneath for Harrison, who fumbles it out of bounds.
Here's another one that I think is going to get some more opportunity now and showed some really good signs during the blitz. Tom Digber, the next star. You get a little bit longer opportunity, longer leash to try and work through things, and it's all going to start with being solid on the defensive end. And that man right now, you cannot leave open, shooting 48% from three. Averaging 17, 9.5 rebounds, just under 3 blocks a game, shooting 48%.
And Dean Vickerman spoke about that as we take another look. The pass from Delhi was absolutely spot on, but he spoke more about Lual-Acuil, Pete, becoming that kind of Jock Landale type who can pick and pop and knock down the three. Well, that 48% clip talks for itself. We'll talk more after this timeout.
Got to talk it up, all right, defensively. That is a late. That is a late. If he drives it, you have to yell late. You have to be able to communicate. It's just a switch. You take the ball, you take the shooter, make him drive it. He's driving the ball. He's going fucking right. He's driving right. KYP, fellas. Right here, PB3. PB3. All right? And then let's get a 2 down. Let's get a 2 down. All right? Here we go.
James Duncan getting a little worked up in that timeout. Let's go back to what we were talking about, Joe Lual-Acuil, though. In the last game, we spoke about Ousmane Dieng and the fact that there are a lot of NBA scouts in Australia right now watching this league and so many players within it. What would that do for Joe Lual-Acuil if he can really add that pick and pop element to his game? We know he can shoot the 3-ball, but if he can do it with a couple of makes a game.
You're exactly right. That's going to be even more opportunity because I think he still would have had the chance wherever he has a crack at it, either it's summer league or just straight having an opportunity with training camps. But all the bigs, another big like him in the NBA who could stretch the floor, he's probably going to play the 4 over there. Going to open up so many doors for him. And James Duncan in that timeout, you can hear him saying, KYP, know your personnel. So Delhi, the scout, is going to go right. And if you pick him up late, it's just going to be a late switch.
Golding for White. Not quite. It was on.
He's knocking down that 3-ball consistently. He's just going to put more money on the contract because he will be. He's getting off for sure. But it just levels you up knowing that there's scouts in this building looking at me. Better believe they're looking at him.
Nice take
as well as Hook Porty.
Yeah, we haven't seen Ariel Hook Porty yet. Tom Digba, the French next star, 20 years old.
Cute, there he is. Hook Porty.
Only averaging 7 minutes a game. Digba, Pete. And as you mentioned, we saw quite a few of his games in the NBL Blitz in the preseason, and he looked good.
Well, he did. He's a really good athlete. And now I think it's going to be the opportunity is going to come from being a good defender. Robert Franks taking a lot of threes. Well, he makes a lot of threes. Can't go under. Let him tee off. Big knockdown.
Hook Porty started against Cairns last week. There he is!
Messed off for the big fella.
Got the cornrows. Good find by Shea Ely, getting this big fella involved early.
12 and 8 against the Taipans in his first NBL start.
And 3 blocks. Had a real good game in the absence of Joe Lual-Acuil Jr.
Straight into the action. Krebs from the corner.
Good knockdown. Just caught Caleb Agata coming off to worry about Franks. That's what he's going to have to do.
10 of 31 on the season, Tanner Krebs from outside. That foul will be in the act of shooting.
Here's that lob. Those two have a good connection from all the practice together on that bench team. Throw it anywhere up there. He'll go get it.
Up and finish aggressive. Love the aggression and intensity he plays with at both ends.
There he is. 5th season in charge, Dean Vickerman, 2-time Coach of the Year.
A few points at the free throw line here in the first quarter. Melbourne United 2 of 6.
Shea Ely, a 75% shooter. Across the season from the line, goes 1 of 2. Melbourne lead by 3. 3 minutes to play in the opening quarter. The Bullets searching for their 7th win of the season and just their 2nd win on the road. Krebs had his shot changed because of the presence of Hook Porty. Now Illy takes it to the other end, couldn't make the layup.
Well, it's really good effort from Hook Porty, and then the transition defense from the Bullets. Turnover. Everybody sprint back. Even with Nathan Sobey out and Anthony Drimmick, who we mentioned off the top, still got plenty of weapons. Really led by Lamar Patterson, Franks. Everybody else get a bit more of an opportunity as Deng Deng travels.
Again, the presence of Hook Porty in that paint caused that turnover.
Garter. For Hook Porty, he's going to do the heavy lifting. And that will be a push over the back against Melbourne.
Good effort from Tom Bigbert getting in there doing the dirty work. Made Caleb Agata have to push in the back. And I mentioned the young European next star, actually born in Spain. His dad is of French descent, so he's going to have that chance in the future to... Tough choice. What national team he wants to represent.
A couple of pretty good national teams to choose from. Krebs at the top of the key, lost it.
Oh, here we go. Off the... Oh, I thought it might have quarterback. Oh, off the backboard there to Hook Porty.
That was on.
Hook Porty, look, I got you the alley-oop. You go on in there and get me a little later.
That's a man who's played for Dean Vickman for a number of years. No, it's all well and good if you're going to throw it. You've got to make sure it goes down.
Patterson into the paint. Tough finish for Lamar Patterson. His first field goal.
Nice
so
use
well.
of the body. Left-hand finish.
It's not enough we say about a guard like that, but it's going to be a backcourt violation there. I think Shea Ellie thought that there was a foul, but Lamar Patterson, that's why he's so good with the ball on the block when you post him up, because he's a good decision maker, but just so patient and uses his strength so well. So look at this. And just enough to go in. As soon as Hook Porty was going to try and wall up and leave the ground, Lamar Patterson met him, just threw him off balance.
Ding, ding. He's off for Patterson. And Steve from Newley there, who was one step ahead. He knew what was coming. Forces a jump ball.
7 turnovers in this first quarter from the Bullets.
They are lucky to be down 3 points with 7 turnovers.
No doubt. United had 6 extra field goal opportunities. When you play on the road, especially when you play against a good defensive outfit, you've got to get a shot every time down the floor. Make that 8 turnovers, sorry.
Garter steps through and scores.
Beautiful Euro step.
His first points of the evening. Melbourne get out to a 5-point buffer, but only for a second.
Oh, Patterson doing work in that mid-range area. Gets to the sweet spot.
What I love about that,
range.
Got the ball, wanted to post up, but on the 3. It's just too easy down this end, but back to Patterson. And slowly got to exactly where he wanted to get to the advantage and rose up and knocked it down.
Tom Digba, good finish by the next stop.
It's just a good confidence booster for him. Coming in, hadn't been getting a lot of minutes. You're not going to be out there for long, so you at least want to be effective with your play.
Trading buckets in these last couple of minutes, both teams.
That's the one part of Hook Porty's game, but have a look at this. Shea Ellie just, I'm going to throw it anywhere. Porty just grabs it and then goes up. And back to that turnover, that travel, is when he gets met with a body quick, Hook Porty gets a little rattled, and that's when his feet go a little faster. And then Jason Kadee knocking one down.
Tied ball game.
John Cain Arena specialist.
They love playing in this venue.
Last play of the first quarter. Agata. 3 on the clock. Step back. Digba got a piece of it. Now, was there any time left on the clock?
Maybe there was.
When Deng Deng went out of bounds. Brisbane Bullets don't care. They're already off the court. They've tied this thing away at 20. Quarter time at John Cain Arena in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Great to have your company for Saturday night hoops at John Cain Arena. 20 apiece, Melbourne United and the Brisbane Bullets. United started well, but late in the quarter, Brisbane found their range and squared this thing away. After one, and the winner of our Kmart gift card for tonight is Sherelle Mackin. This is Sherelle's son Geordie and his mate Harry meeting Jock Landale. The boys were so excited that he stopped for a photo with them, and isn't Jock doing some good things right now in the association?
For a second, I thought that Jock Landale won the fan cam. Surely he can give that $50 gift card to somebody else. But credit the Bullets. They turned the ball over 8 times, but hit 4 threes. That's why this game's tied. Got to shoot the ball well.
They've also gotten some good stops on defense.
Lual-Acuil's already made 1 3. He drew the closeout that time. He gave it up. Brisbane had 8 turnovers in that opening quarter, which would not have pleased James Duncan. Patterson. Hands off to Harrison. He's short. Here's Jack White.
Caught during quarter time. James Duncan was having a real good chat to Harrison as Chris Golding's going to take his first shot for the game. And I think it would have been a lot about when he gets caught in defending the ball screen, saying you've either got to commit early or call the switch or get right back, because he's letting Hook Porty get those lobs and even Joe Lual-Acuil get easy buckets.
A foul there on Dellavedova. Let's get courtside for the first time to 2-time Olympian Jenny Screen. Hello, Jen.
Hello, guys. Lovely to finally join you tonight. Just want to take you back to round 8 and the Brisbane Bullets, who only went down by 2, but if we remember, they did have turnover issues in that game with 15 for that contest, and they're already back to that 8 mark already. So Duncan did mention that at quarter time, but now add to that, Franks is on the bench with 2 fouls, and it'll be interesting to see how long they keep him on the bench there, or whether we'll see him late in this second quarter.
Thank you, Jen. Patterson fires away.
This Delhi just making everything so tough. Ability to try and not get screened.
And the Lual-Acuil catch in the low block.
Good defense.
Nice D from Patterson, yeah.
And what I love about that is Patterson's using his strength. Every time Joe Lual-Acuil wants to take one hit, Patterson's meeting him on the hit. That's what you got to do. Not an easy job to try and guard the big fella.
Kadee scores over the top.
Nice floater.
Brisbane lead this thing by 2.
JLA.
So that's the defense that the Bullets are going to have to do all game long. What are you going to live with? So those contested runners, as long as they're over a hand and you stay with your own foul, you're going to live with Delhi making all those all night. Had a couple of good-looking floaters in the first quarter that you wouldn't want to live with. Those last 2 possessions on defense have been way better.
Melbourne only 1 3-point attempt in that first quarter. They had 1 early in the second. Speaking of 3-point attempts, Kadee missing that one. Lual-Acuil up top. It wasn't quite as accurate as his first one. Kadee turns it over. Golding almost gave it away. Jack White had his head on a swivel, saw a guarder up ahead.
Patterson's done a really good job of putting some fires out on the break. Having good hands. Need someone else to come in and clean that up. 2 fouls on Jack Salt. Here's the defense of Melbourne United. So often we see that corner man, which was Chris Golding, come in to try and help. But that's the way they're designed. Joe Lual-Acuil not going to foul, use his big frame to keep Kadee underneath the backboard. And that way Chris Golding can stay home on that pass to the corner.
Robert Franks has 2 fouls, but he's checked back into the game. Going to have to be real careful on the defensive end. I'm sure Melbourne United will know he has 2 fouls and try to take advantage of that and attack him.
In the earlier game tonight for New Zealand, we saw Finn Delaney pick up 3 really quick fouls early in the game and spent a significant part of it off the court. Just work underneath there by Agata, who's up to 5 points on 2 of 5 shooting.
Brisbane unable to box out. Melbourne United come up with the old boards in a basket.
Kadee Downhill, out for Krebs.
Jack White just eating all the defensive rebounds. Doesn't matter, you got to get a body on him early. Again, good verticality, good physicality to meet on the bump.
5 rebounds already for Jack White. Top 10 in the competition in that stat. Melbourne lead it by 1. Moss tees one up. And that will be the 3rd foul for Robert Franks.
I think that's on Caleb Agata.
Apologies, that is on Caleb Agata.
Good activity on the old boards by Franks. Caleb Agata had to foul him.
Krebs off the inbound. Moss and Golding has been an interesting battle so far. Moss got that one away. Long rebound falls to Kadee.
Getting his looks. Isaiah Moss. 1 of 4 from outside.
And if you're Brisbane with 9 turnovers, down 1 point, 6 minutes left to go in the 2nd quarter, you would be happy with that on the road versus Melbourne United.
Foul on Shea Illy, just a bit overzealous once the ball got into Kadee. This is the time Lamar Patterson's sitting down, the main playmaker. So what play can you draw up to get Robert Franks the ball where he wants to get the ball? So Jack White is an exceptional defender, and again, that's not going to show up on a stat sheet, but Matthew Dellavedova just jumps in front of Robert Franks, who's the only open player. Everyone else is doing the right job. This is why I have him leading Defensive Player of the Year. So you just watch it here. He's got his head on a swivel, sees Robert Franks, jumps in front, 5-second violation. And it's all those little things he does so well to set the tone on this United defense.
I agree. Matthew Dellavedova still has the desire to get back to the NBA. Peter Hooley, do you think it can happen?
Well, I've seen amazing things happen from guys in the NBL, and I'll tell you what's going to help is NBA teams that need defense, and you're going to get that. And you've got, LeBron vouches for Delhi, what he did in their championship.
There's Jack White again, a monster on the glass. Out for Dellavedova. That misses. Krebs in the corner. The shot clock rolls into single numbers. Kadee guarded by White. Krebs got Illy up in the air. That doesn't go either. Brisbane 4 of 12 from deep in this game so far.
A little dying by the 3.
Both teams unable to hit. This 2nd quarter is ugly.
So what?
22-23.
And if you're a Bullets fan in the team, you'd be okay
happy
with this, because this is how you want to go on the road. Maybe they want to junk things up, make things look like this to try and just hang around, give Melbourne United something to think about.
It was a close game when they played on January the 26th. Albeit a little more high scoring than this, 84-82 on that day at Nissan Arena. Krebs this time, foot inside the line.
Well, he had 3 options on the other corner where he knocked down 1 3 and then missed 2. The 2 dribbles. Mid-range jumper, no good.
Golding, no good either.
It's 3 fouls now on Jack Salt. Anytime you front box out, you're going to put yourself in a high chance to get a foul. Because all you have to do is, if you hook Porty in that situation, you try and get your arms up, look like you're trying to get around that front box out. And they call for a foul.
Salt sits down. Brisbane go with a small lineup. And that's going to be a problem for them. Porty missed the lob, Corey.
Well, it was there.
It's an easy 2 if he'd have caught it. Instead, it's a turnover. Just missed opportunity.
Moss had a fumble, and then Golding is called for a foul.
Now, I'm not sure if this is why Hillport just missed. Let's have another look. The screen was there. Robert Franks was caught and then just
went through his hands.
Straight through his hands. And you see he's got one thumb tape, right? So he had two for a while, and I was doing a game courtside, and I found out the reason that his thumbs were taped up is because he's a massive video game guy, and on off day he sits at home and just plays with the controller so much that his thumb started to swell up.
No way.
So I had to tape. That's exactly what I was told. I know he's
April 1st.
Oh, man.
I know he's an avid gamer. So I had to tape his thumbs a little bit.
Yeah,
Keeps to himself on the court, off the court. Stay out of trouble.
You can knock me over with a feather right now. I've missed that whole era, clearly.
Well, playing enough where the thumb swell up's probably a bit too much. We'll probably draw a line there.
White looks for Golding in the corner. It's deep from Deng Deng. Forced him into a really tough look. Late in the shot clock. This a little easier. Better result. Golding's first points of the game. Melbourne lead it by 2. Deng Deng was left alone, and he makes them pay.
Right back at you. Brisbane have the lead.
Good knockdown there from Deng Deng. Jack White reading the scout. He got a little stunt at that. You'd rather Deng Deng shoot than Robert Franks, and Deng Deng did the right thing, made him pay.
Brisbane 5 of 12 from 3, shooting at 41%.
Melbourne 2 of 7 in that category. Dellavedova into the lane.
Nice take. Delly getting exactly what he wanted to. Get to that basket.
As we approach 3 minutes before halftime. 3 early and the offense doesn't go. 6 wins, 10 losses for the season, the Brisbane Bullets, 7th on the Amy Ladder.
And an offensive foul by Hillport. Brisbane doing a good job. Not allowing him to get position that time.
It's only his first foul. Fouled out in the game against Cairns.
And that's what I spoke about, the little bit of growth he's got left to do. He's got a lot of growth in terms of still being young and raw, but anytime someone meets him with a body early, he gets a bit out of control, either fouls or travels if he's got the ball in his hand. All that's going to come with more opportunity, more time to continue to grow his game.
Franks got it.
It's a very pretty offensive set because everything was on one side and looked like they were trying to get Tom Dicker into perhaps a ball screen. And Deng Deng comes around and just had a little flare screen for Franks. That wasn't a whole lot of space, but it was timed perfectly. Franks knocks down his second 3 of the game.
37% from outside this season, Robert Franks. It's been a huge pickup for the Bullets. Digba.
Just a beautiful take.
Was clipped on the arm. I think it's fair to say that Chris Golding didn't agree with that call.
Right to left.
Very nice take. Just the defender off balance, and he goes to the line for 2. You know what? Brisbane have played really good defense in this game. Melbourne United holding them at home to 28 points in a half is seriously impressive.
Chris Golding might be asking where was the coach's challenge, trying to save me a foul there.
Well, that's his second now.
Good take from Tom Digba.
Agata, Illy, and Golding, all with 2 fouls to their name for Brisbane, for Melbourne. For Brisbane, Jack Salt has 3. Robert Franks out there with 2 fouls. Illy brings the ball up the court. Nice find. Had Agata cutting baseline.
Jason Key just falling asleep. Got a good movement off the ball.
Brings it back to a 1-point game. All part of NBL's Indigenous round over rounds 14 and 15. Tonight's game being played on Orangery land. Patterson misses that time. There's Terrell Harrison. Got it back to Patterson. No good once more. Digba whistled for that one. So a minute 23 before half-time. Brisbane's third foul of the period. Melbourne are already over the limit. Illy is fouled. It goes. +1.
Shea Illy. One of, if not one, the most underrated player in the league. Any team contending for a title would just love to have him. Exceptional defender. He's got 4 assists, averages 4 assists on the year. Just been exceptional for Melbourne United, even with his time at the Breakers.
Illy gives Melbourne another look. The 6th offensive rebound, United. Second in the competition in that stat. Illy from downtown.
There you go. Shea Illy shooting the ball like that with confidence. It's tough to stop.
He's now the leading scorer in the game. He's 8 points on 3 of 5. Brisbane's turn offensively. Franks is fouled. And 1.
And tells the crowd something too. Great take, scoop layup under the hands of JLA. Gets the bucket and he goes to the line for 3. The hard way, great take, and he's talking to the crowd, Hooley.
Robert Franks is legit. There's no doubt about it. We saw what he did at the start of the season, and then I think he was still just trying to find exactly where his feet were in this team. Man, he's a superstar.
He's now up to 9 points in 13 minutes of play.
Right decision here from James Duncan, taking him out. He's got 2 fouls. I need to pick up a little cheap on here.
That was an important take. It was just a 5-point game.
Yeah, Illy's lob for Lual-Acuil was cut off. Harrison, a little fingertip on that one. Digba to the other end. He's fouled. It goes with 1 extra.
Good take from the young fella. Again, opportunity. Taking and running with both hands right now.
It starts on the defensive end. They get the turnover. He takes the hit, transition, and makes the play. Bullets back up 1. Last 2 minutes, this game is heated up. Started off slow. This was a slow quarter. It's heated up in the last 3 minutes of action.
Tom Digba playing through the junior ranks with FC Barcelona, their basketball academy. So there's some pedigree about him. Played in the Lithuanian Basketball League last year.
Yeah.
He put up 27 and 11 against South Guri in one game. So he can flat out play. You've got to work your way into this team.
He starts on the defensive end. Tonight, he's bringing that.
So we see Will Hickey checking into the game. Proud Indigenous athlete. Great to see him out there just before half-time. Patterson, ambitious lob. Digba did well to catch it and almost put it in. Kadee fouls Illy with 1.2 seconds remaining on the clock. Try to get out of the way.
Smart move from Shea Illy. Tom Digba, I thought he might have the chance to flush that.
Oh, he's extremely athletic.
Let's have a quick look at the clock. There'll be 2.3 seconds put back on.
It's an exciting little time here, though. Silver lining of losing your leader in Nathan Sobey. Tom Digba grows with confidence. We've got some great contenders for Dunk of the Year. And he'll have an opportunity, you'd think, if he starts growing with confidence. He's as athletic as they come. But it's going to take something miraculous, I think, to dethrone Jalen Adams.
Excuse me, dethrone Mitch Creek, you said? Yeah, you better not look over here.
Illy misses Newley at the buzzer. Doesn't get it to go, and the Bullets have played their way to the lead at halftime on the road. 37-36. They had a good quarter.
Sure did. Took the run that late in this quarter that Melbourne United went on. Came back on defense. Got some stops and got some buckets because of it.
Let's get down to Jenny's screen courtside.
Guys, I'm courtside here with Matthew Dellavedova. Delhi, both teams were struggling to find the bottom of the bucket in that second quarter, but you've got to be happy forcing them into double-digit turnovers early.
Yeah, I think we did a really good job of running on in the pick and roll and getting those drop-off passes, but I think we allowed too many O-balls, led to open threes, and we got to clean that up offensively. I think we got to move it a little bit more. We're getting in the paint and getting decent looks, but I think we had a few possessions where we got some extra passes and better looks. That's what we got to get more of.
And it seems like you have a task on Lamar Patterson at times in this game. You're relishing in that and hope to see it in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, he's a tough cover, really good scorer, really good passer.
Enjoy the second half, Delhi.
Thanks, Greeny.
Well, it's been a topsy-turvy game to start. We know Brisbane love playing at John Cain Arena, and one important time to play in round 14 in an Indigenous round. It's 36, Brisbane leading 37. Don't go anywhere as we break down this game after the ad.
Half-time at John Cain Arena. The Brisbane Bullets leading this game 37-36. They outscored Melbourne by 1 in that quarter and just been able to find a way to penetrate Melbourne's normally really stingy defensive setup.
Well, they have. I mean, they still only scored 37 points, but anytime you go on the road, the key thing is you don't want to turn the ball over and you want to knock down shots. Now, they had 8 turnovers in the first quarter, just 1 in that second quarter. And they started hitting some shots. They've hit 6 threes. They started to get to the free throw line, and that's exactly why they have a 1-point lead right now. And down the other end, just being a little solid defensively. They've given up some offensive rebounds, some easy buckets. I think that's what James Dunk was upset about in their coverage from the big guys. But other than that, the key thing, look after the ball and knock down shots. And when they're doing that, seems like good things are happening.
And Corey, from a defensive perspective for Brisbane, they've kept Chris Goulding to 3 points and Joe Lual-Acuil to 6 points at the half.
I mean, that's Melbourne United's best two players. So if you can limit them and on offense, you get stuff done, you'll have a chance to win this game. Yes, they've turned the ball over, like Hooley said, a whole lot of times. But with that said, they've hit 6 threes and they got stops. Digbo coming in, playing 11 minutes, 6 points. Patterson coming in, 6 points. Kadee hitting, Robert Franks leading from the front. So with everybody collectively doing their job, and defensively they're shutting down the first two options for Melbourne United, they got a chance to win this game. That's why they're up.
Pete, Matthew Dellavedova doesn't always do a lot of things that show up in a box score. If you haven't watched a game and you look at Delly's numbers, they wouldn't necessarily blow you away, but you've been keeping a really close eye on some of the little things that he does tonight.
He does all these little things well. Blows up plays just by his presence, his leadership. He always gets in the right spot at the right time. He always, to start the game, got a nice little floater. We know he's a willing passer, pass first point guard, but just does everything extremely well. Again, we talk about leadership. Some players lead with their voice, some players lead by example. He's definitely a bit of both, but loves leading by example. And we saw he had a charge that wasn't shown in that package, but does all these other things, which is why they were so high to have him, and which is why he's had so much success where he's played in the NBA.
So the Brisbane Bullets lead it by 1 at half-time at John Cain Arena. All part of the NBL's Indigenous rounds. Over both round 14 and round 15, we celebrate the cultures of Australian and New Zealand Indigenous people and Māori people as well. And during the week, Melbourne United, well, it was a very special day for them. They got into the spirit of Indigenous round. They had their jerseys presented to them for the first time. The full ceremony was just part of what was a magical day for Melbourne.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Wominjeka, welcome. We wanted to invite you all here to celebrate our upcoming NBL Indigenous round. The guest that I'd like to introduce you to is Willie Pepper for the traditional welcome to country.
Wominjeka, welcome to the land of the Boonwurrung people. We're especially pleased to recognise the commitment the Melbourne United Basketball Club has made in paying respect to the spirit of this land and its first peoples. Through this, you've shown the willingness to honour sacred ground. Now, smoking ceremonies has been a big part of our life. It gave us warmth, but we also, it gave us knowledge, because the old people used to speak, the grandparents and uncles and aunties. This was their school. They did all their teaching around a fire. We've used it for births, deaths, marriages, to warn off evil spirits. We cooked off it, we learned from it. We made sure that this is how the community, our culture, our heritage is continued. It's all about appreciating that smoke, appreciating the custom and the ceremony that you're participating in.
That was the first time I'd done anything like that before, and it was cool. Just understanding that their culture, understanding how they do it. They gave a nice explanation of things that I enjoyed, so that was cool. Ricky's speech actually really touched me because he spoke not only of the Aboriginal community, he spoke about the African community, the South Sudanese community, and all he's trying to do to help those communities.
And I can't tell you the amount of talent out there in the community. And it's not just the Aboriginal community, it's the African community. And they miss out on inclusion. So all you guys, as elite athletes and sports stars, all right, you have an opportunity to be a voice to make sure all those kids get opportunity. But if we all come together like these guys, we work together, we learn together, we're going to get some great outcomes.
Yeah, I think it's really special. For the first time, we have Melbourne's traditional name of Naarm on our jersey, which is amazing. And also, we're the first sporting league to proudly represent the Aboriginal flag. So, two amazing things for Indigenous round this year, and we're very, very proud to be a part of it.
My favorite part about it is just the message behind it, of inclusion and bringing the Aboriginal community into basically the basketball community. Obviously they're a disenfranchised community, they've been through a lot, so the fact that Melbourne is stepping up to kind of bring them in, that's something that I stand behind, and wearing that jersey to represent that is big for me. I like that.
Great to have your company. Saturday night basketball on Wurundjeri land. It's Brisbane who lead 37-36 over Melbourne United, who this season have only lost 2 games on their home floor. At the half, the Bullets are taking it right up to them.
Well, they are. I'm sure James Duncan at halftime saying we've got to have really copy-paste that second quarter. Only turned the ball over once, we knocked out some shots. We do that for another 20 minutes and we might walk out of here with a win.
It's only the second time this year that the Bullets have led at halftime on the road. Last time they did that was round 2 against Perth, which ended up being a double overtime win to the Bullets. And that's a nice start to the third.
Nice find. Patterson.
Jack Salt, who spent a lot of time sitting in that first half.
Another turnover. Good pressure defense. Giving United a taste of their own medicine.
I like that from Robert Franks. Jack White looking around like there might have been a bit of contact, a bit of foul, but you set the tone early. Now you've been a little physical. You get away with that. You can start to set your tone of how much physicality can you get away with.
Real good one-on-one defense that time by Jack White.
And up ahead, Agata, foul. Points are good.
Beautiful take as he points at us. Fans at home. This starts good one-on-one defense by Jack White. They get the rebound, initiates the fast break. Agata finishes in transition.
He's had a few opportunities like this. He's running the lane extremely hard. Yeah, in transition, and well, he's counted to 4 there. It's only been worth 3.
Agata has 10 points. 8, 7 and 4 when the teams played on January the 26th. He's now the leading scorer in this game. First player in a double figures tonight as well. Kadee starting again in the absence of Nathan Sobey. Got Moss downhill. There's Salt. Better off the rim.
Big fella.
Instead, have a piece of that.
You call that a 180?
Oh, 145.
It was nice, though. He could have went straight up. He gave us a little something.
Well, he hung around. Joe Lual-Acuil got the block and just read it better.
Wasn't quite the half rotation. Let's have a look.
Here's Joe Lual-Acuil coming across and get the block, and then let's have a look. And
yeah. 360, ain't it?
Let's have another look. So where he starts,
yeah, that's a 360.
That is at best a 310.
315.
Deal.
Delhi forced into a tough look by Salt. Here's Lual-Acuil. Had a quiet first half, but you can't keep a good man down.
No, you cannot. And that is one man Brisbane have to try to keep down, because if he gets going, which they've done a really good job keeping him quiet, this game could get ugly quick.
Dean Vickman at halftime, no doubt, would have been talking about all these little 1% of things that make Melbourne United who they've been this year. It's crushing the offensive glass. It's being tough on the defensive end. And what he wouldn't have liked about that possession before, where Joe Lual-Acuil gets the block, someone has to come across and help him out. So Jack Salt was his man who he left to get the block. Who's going to put a body on Salt?
6th in the competition for points per game, 3rd in the competition for rebounds, number 1 for defensive rebounds, and number 1 for blocks. Those numbers.
Fantastic game he's put together this season.
They are the numbers of an MVP candidate right there.
True indeed. It's going to be some tough competition. Mitch Creek, balling. Bryce Cotton will always be up there. Jalen Adams, if he continues his form, you know there's a chance he could actually win it.
Oh, absolutely.
His schedule favors them. Talked about it in overtime with you early in the week.
Oh, no doubt about it. I think any of them, it's a 4-horse race, and any 4 of them have the chance to win it. I mean, what we're not going to do is we're not going to forget about that half-decent player out west. Good pass there. Good cut, good pass.
Brisbane regain the lead. This is a wrestling match, and that is an offensive foul. Good defense by Patterson.
It's Dellavedova's 3rd foul. So it's given Dean Vickerman something to think about. Golding 3, Dellavedova 3, Agata 3 for Melbourne. Here's Chris Golding. He sits down 1 of 5. He's just not been able to get himself into this game so far.
He's getting foul trouble. Hands on him.
Also been good defense on him as well. But there's a quarter left.
How much contact was in that Mark Patterson with Delhi just then?
That was a lot.
Oh, I'm not sure about a lot.
He knocked him over.
Delhi was just going to try and back down. And in the end, he was there. Delhi was just trying to set up for the ball screen, and it looked like Mark Patterson might have just lost his feet at the time.
Yes. Chris Johnson, 3-time premiership player in the AFL with the Brisbane Lions, part of the Indigenous team of the century. He's a ripping fella as well.
Played in a charity match with him a couple of years ago, and
what are you doing?
He got a nice little shot. Basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Yeah, he was.
They're just going to tell me footy charity.
No, it's a bit too physical for Pete.
No, not that. Just that was high school. But no, he's got a nice little shot on him. Christian Petrarca was there.
He's taking a call during the 3rd quarter as well. Chris Johnson. Delhi knocks down the 2. Free throw to come.
Nice take by Delhi. Getting to the basket, putting pressure on the defense. Goes by Lamar Patterson and ends it with a floater. Lamar Patterson's 2nd foul.
Well, Degata, Chris Golding both with 3 fouls, and Delhi as well. Delhi's going to look to maybe be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end.
Had 16 points and 4 of 6 from outside when they played in round 8. Starting to warm into this game now. 7 points. Franks, nice wraparound pass for Moss, who took the bump. Rebound by Lual-Acuil. White runs the floor. Kadee picks up the loose ball.
That's again just good rotation defense, and I was going to say when they start to junk it up a little bit, make Melbourne United not get settled in the offensive end. That's why they're hanging in. Get the ball to this man with the left.
Nice take. You got to take advantage of that mismatch.
You have a little too small.
Got to. Point guard on you.
Lual-Acuil responds at the other end.
Same thing. He's getting that in.
Mismatches in the post.
Bulls with Nathan Sobey out for at least the next 3 to 4 weeks. How important is Jason Kadee for this team now?
Well, he's huge. I mean, even with Nathan Sobey out just before he came back, as they go back to Robert Franks.
Get that out of here!
Volleyball spikes it. But Kadee showing the ability, he wants to pass the rock, and
he's done it both ends. Great block. Coming from the weak side, helping out Delhi.
Yeah,
there you go, he's ready. Took a week off.
Still here.
I needed a half.
Phone hasn't rang yet, but just comes and just eats this one up. Times it well in the end. Just get it off the corner of the backboard and down the other end.
The hit keeps his balance.
When he's in that situation and he's downhill, let's clear out. Only one thing's happening. Joe Lual-Acuil is on his way to the basket as we get courtside to Jenny Screen.
Guys, I'm here with Danny Morsu, one of the greats of the NBL and also a 2-time Olympian. So happy to have you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Obviously, Indigenous round in the next 2 rounds. Can you elaborate a little bit what you've been doing with the NBL and the Reconciliation Action Group plan?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been working over the last couple of years now with the NBL Reconciliation Action Plan and working with the executive of the NBL to make it happen.
Tell me, you're a Torres Strait Islander man, very proud. How nice is it to see that the flag is now on the courts?
Oh, look, it looks great. It's fantastic. I really love it, actually. At both ends of the courts, it's really, really good. And it's about time. It's great. Really good.
Now, talking about time, you spent a lot of time up on Thursday Island. You've moved back up there. You're known for finding talent. Nate Jawai, Keanu Pindar are 2. How nice is it to see them in their careers now?
Oh, look at Keanu Pindar, Nathan Jawai, and Tamara Wigness here playing for the Bullets tonight. It's been a great journey. I've really sort of get them on track by, you know, working with their families and get them on the right side for them to make a commitment. So it's great.
Speaking about family, I know how important it is to you, and one of your nephews, Paddy Mills, is doing a great job now flying the flag for Torres Strait Islander people as well. How proud of you are you of him?
Oh, I'm very, very proud of Patrick. Patrick's done exceptionally well for our communities nationally, throughout the country, and for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people as well. But look, it's you know, his leadership skills in basketball around winning the gold medal, bronze medal at the Tokyo Olympics last year was fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
It's so fantastic to have you here tonight. You are a great of our game, 2-time Olympian as well, the first Torres Strait Islander, second would be Paddy Mills, but thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me tonight.
Take care.
Well done, Jenny, and isn't it great to have Danny Morso, 3-time NBL champion, 217 NBL games, as Jenny mentioned, a 2-time Olympian, and his work post-career, Pete, with Aboriginal Torres Strait Islanders in providing a pathway, not just to the NBL, but for sport in general, has been superb.
Well, absolutely. And just on that, as you mentioned, how good does the flags look?
They do.
On both ends of the floor, love it. It's a great addition to Indigenous round. And you talk about having a big impact post-career, as Shaylee misses both there. For everything Paddy Mills has done on the floor and during his playing career, I think the best is going to be yet to come when that man hangs him up, which hopefully isn't for a few years, but he is just one of the best humans you'll ever meet. Harrison goes to work.
Breaks a run of 4 straight points Melbourne leading this quarter by 3. Garner turns the corner and took the bump. There'll be a block on Digba and 1 for Melbourne.
Another three-point play coming up for Melbourne United, doing a great job attacking the basket, putting pressure on the defense, finishing plays.
Has 12 points tonight. Averages 13.5 across the season. He's had a couple of troughs throughout his first season here in the Hungry Jacks NBL, but we've seen what his best looks like.
Well, no doubt, and even tonight shows that his best is, I know he's on the defensive end, but getting out in transition, using his strength in transition.
It's fine. Krebs for Digba, who was worried out of it by Lual-Acuil.
Great rim protection. Anyone else, that would have been a basket.
And there he is this time with the O-board. Oh, got it. He couldn't finish either.
See James Duncan not happy on the sideline because he's trying to think, he thinks Joe Lual-Acuil's getting away with the chicken wing, and it looked like he did there. Robert Franks, that man is lights out.
Ooh, that's a big hit, just when it looked like Melbourne United going to have its way. Brisbane hit back.
Franks guarding Lual-Acuil with 3 fouls, and that is a charge.
That's a good read from Tanner Krebs. And again, you see Jason Kadee just cheating over, going to send the double team on Joe Lual-Acuil. But Robert Franks right here, Caleb Agata, you just late. I think he was thinking maybe I've got to go under the screen, and then the last second tried to get over. And right there, it doesn't matter that he's in the charge circle. He's not airborne. Shea Illy, that is. So Tanner Krebs is allowed to be there. It's a good take. And the Bullets just hanging around.
2-point game when they played in round 8. It's a 2-point game right now. Patterson feeds Harrison. No foul, no whistle. Harrison pitched a tent in the key.
2 seconds, and right there, Harrison, once he got the pass, he should have went straight up with it. There was no need to put the ball down and make a move. Off the dribble on turnover.
Melbourne give it straight back to Brisbane. Deng Deng. Floater over the top of hook. He doesn't go.
There's 3.5 minutes to go, but Franks just hit a 3. He's got to sit down. He's played 19 minutes, got 14 points. Has got the 3 fouls, but surely have to just at least knock one down. If it's due to come out soon, run one play to get him another look. That's Big Lou checking into the ball game.
Shuan Xing Lu in for his first minutes of the night.
Nice ovation from the John Cain Arena crowd.
Patterson. No foul call. Newley hands off for Dellavedova, left open for 3.
Just calling on Lamar Patterson. On a rebound with Hook Porty. And he wants a challenge, screaming for one.
And that'll be his 3rd foul as well.
They're in the bonus.
There's a foul on the box out. He's asking, well, how do I box out?
Let's have another look at it here. It's this is what we talk about, the front box out. When you're face guarding, you're putting yourself at risk to get that call every single time. And yes, it's a big guy. You might be able to get away with a little bit more physicality as against the centre. But you're going to
blatant push right.
I think when you push an arm bar out, that's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Well done, James Duncan. Just not challenge that one.
Different looking lineup out here for Brisbane at the moment. Deeper off the window, no good. Moss and Franks sitting on the bench right now with Jason Kadee. Melbourne will walk to the other end of the floor. After that foul by Lou. To shoot free throws. Earlier tonight, Tasmania took on New Zealand. It was a 66-62 win by the Jack Jumpers over the Breakers at the Silverdome. One of Corey's favourite venues. Place has never been the same since you went there last year.
I got to get back down there.
We can arrange that.
Minor trip down the test.
Cordy up to 8 points, 4 rebounds.
Six-point lead to United. Digba almost gave it away. Pass inside for Lou. He's short. Golding, just 3 points in the game so far. Ambitious pass that was intercepted. Digba to the other end.
That man again. Dellavedova just puts his body on the line. It stops right there and
easy call.
His defensive positioning is just perfect, Matthew Dellavedova.
I mentioned that if Tom Digba keeps getting opportunity and getting some confidence, we might see a dunk of the year contender. Didn't give us everything on that one.
I think for a second there he thought it was on.
Well, I think he did, but he didn't really get a full launch at it because Delhi got in the way.
Stepped up quick enough.
Perfect timing.
Couple more steps.
He's
couple more steps late.
I'll have to chat to a couple of the Bullets. Always find out if he's had any big ones at practice. You're a better man than me, Delhi, because I'm 3 steps to the left. There you go.
Nice pass. That's better that time from Golding. Found Dellavedova underneath.
Zay Moss just falling asleep. Those cuts are always live cuts. Even if you don't see Delhi come off at full speed, you got to treat it as though it's an attacking cut. Then put some moves on Hook Porty.
Porty run the floor. Look at the big fella.
Here he comes.
The big fella.
Big 2 minutes here. Melbourne out to 8 points. We saw what they did against the Taipans, and have a look at this. Live cut. Zay Moss wasn't ready for it. Actually, from that angle, it looked like Chris Golding even yelled Delhi. Give him a heads up that it was coming.
As you say, Peter, really important 2 minutes here for Brisbane. They would not be wanting to give up a double-digit lead going into the last quarter. Nice move, Kadee.
That was all set up by the dive, the hard dive by Deng Deng. Hook Porty was stuck. Do I go all the way over? Didn't. He gets the bucket.
Illy threw that one away. Madison had Deng Deng riding shotgun.
Porty is just jumping at everything right now down the other end. Offensive foul on the rebound. Now this is good. Within 6 points. Oh, with a couple of stops in the last few minutes.
Got to get some scores. You got to keep that scoreboard ticking over. The Brisbane Bullets.
Porty comes out. Lual-Acuil back in to finish off the quarter for Melbourne. Franks, 14 points on 5 of 9.
Good pressure on the defense. Didn't settle for the 3. Because of that, now he goes to the line for the 2 shots. Melbourne over the limit in fouls.
Really good awareness. Know that any foul, you're going to go to the line for 2. Mason Peatling trying to guard him. Mason Peatling has to worry about his ability to shoot the 3, so he's just taking an extra step closer. He's already hit 3 threes tonight. Franks puts on the floor, gets past Goes to the line.
Make no mistake, all of those NBA scouts in the building in Australia,
this man as well.
They'll be looking at this man as well.
Only 24 years of age.
No doubt about it.
He is legit.
I think he's definitely got a future there.
Look at those haircuts. Franks makes the second.
Big on him there, isn't it?
Get down to that barber of yours, Corey, I think. Straighten those two young fellas out. There's Joe Lual-Acuil, who is nervously awaiting a phone call right now, Halls. At any moment, the phone could ring for Joe Lual-Acuil and his partner, who are expecting.
Absolutely. I'm sure the team manager, Stephen Smirch, has got the phone. And we'll say, again, congratulations to the Drimmick family on their first child. I think Drimmick not at this game for that reason.
Tough finish, Lual-Acuil. It's impossible to stop in that situation.
Love the fact that he knew he had the mismatch. Had one thing in mind, that possession.
Now Moss quickly to the other end. Scores.
Lual-Acuil got a big piece of that.
Sure did, but you take it how you can get it.
Easy two for Melbourne. Shot clock switched off. Franks from outside. Not that time. Pinkling didn't get that shot away. It's a good quarter for Melbourne. They turn a 1-point deficit at half-time into a handy lead going into the final quarter. It's 62-55 at John Cain Arena in the Hungry Jacks NBL. It's three-quarter time at John Cain Arena. All part of Indigenous round, and Melbourne leads 62-55. Good quarter for them. This is a good lead for them to be taking into this last quarter as well. Joe Lual-Acuil and Caleb Agata have been superb with 15 points apiece. And Melbourne United's Indigenous jersey for NBL 22, proudly designed by Mandy Nicholson, who's been a practicing artist for over 25 years in Melbourne. Peatling misses the 3-ball. The main centre swirl comprises of swirling lines which represent the smoke from our welcome fires and the motion of water which forms part of all layers of country. Here's Newley. Nice hands. It goes.
That's where Newley does all his work in transition. We're just having a discussion here whether it's going to count. So Brett Newley in transition. Absolutely, that's going to count.
Because Shaylee touched the rim is what the conversation would be.
I think it's more if he touched the ball.
No basket.
There you go. It's ain't no basket for Shaylee.
Touched the rim after the whistle.
The backcourt, I'm only talking about whether the basket counted or not. I will ask the question.
Well, we got the angle there from the backboard cam. He actually touched the ball. Shaylee is a better man than that. Turning the ref, I had nothing to do with it. You know that they have the ability to look at that.
Brisbane 1-6 on the road this year. They led this game 37-36 at halftime. This game in danger of slipping away from them. 7 on the shot clock for Franks. It's past Peatling.
Oh, what a take.
That's an offensive foul.
That's how you get one back for giving up 1 point or losing 1 point from that offensive goaltending. Stepping in front and taking the charge on Robert Franks, giving him 4 fouls. 9 minutes to go.
Let's get courtside to Jenny Screen.
Great. He said, we never give up on possession. That's what makes us good, is our second, third and fourth rotation. So that must be a focus in this fourth, given the closeness of the game. He said, keep going inside. We've got 40 points inside the paint, which is huge, led obviously by Joe Lual-Acuil, as we see Melbourne knocking down another shot. And then finally, interesting, guys, if this goes down to the crunch, Melbourne United aren't shooting great from the line. They're 13 at 22 at the halftime break, 59%. Let's hope it doesn't come down to that.
Thank you, Jay, and it might if Jason Kadee keeps playing like that.
That is a great take down the basket, down the lane. What Brisbane have to do is continue to tick over the scoreboard. They cannot let this game get out of hand and they get cold. This is the fourth quarter. This is it. Great take by Kadee.
Had 13 points last week in their win over Tasmania. He's 9 tonight with 5 rebounds. He has 10. There's Caleb Agata now out there with 4 fouls.
Well, no bigger couple of minutes here because Patterson and Franks, you see there, both with 4 fouls, are sitting down. Jason Kadee's going to have to lead this unit that's out there, try and get some stops and tick the scoreboard over.
Lual-Acuil back to the basket, turns around and scores.
Well, there's no single coverage.
It's just tough.
You've got to send a double. You've got to run something at him because John Lual-Acuil, he's got that shot well and truly in his bag of tricks.
He's up to 17 and 7 in 20 minutes of play.
Ding Ding. Oh, what a take from Ding Ding.
My super athletic move. Reverse.
He looked like he was thinking about it. I wanted to off him a bit.
That's
far
how
out.
athletic he is. He looked like he was thinking about it.
Didn't he?
I might lay this up, but now let me go on and dunk it.
I'm gonna just turn the wrist over.
Here he is again. Kadee from the corner.
Look,
huge.
When I say John Cain Arena specialist, besides Kudos Bank Arena, he averages most points across his career on this floor, besides Kudos Bank Arena, where when he was playing for the Kings, had more opportunities, but just loves playing here against Melbourne United as well. And this is huge period for the Bullets with their 2 superstars sitting down.
They've scored the last 5. Kadee, not that time.
Here we go. Let's get another look at it, Corey. And you can see right about here, he's thinking about it.
Unbelievable level of athleticism.
And length.
And length. And Kadee.
13 points, 5 of 8 from the field. He's got 6 rebounds to go with that as well.
Seven minutes remaining. Porty, nice finish for the big man.
Good move around the basket. Great footwork by the next star.
That's improved a lot, Corey, since the start of the season. His footwork's been really, really good.
Yeah, he's been working on his poise and in the post when he catches the ball on that block. And it shows with that move.
Patterson and Franks off the floor right now, as Hull said.
Perhaps just throwing it away. And that's why Hook Porty, it's going to be a big challenge for him at practice every day, playing against Joe Lual-Acuil, because Joe Lual-Acuil, I think, is going to play in the 4 spot in the NBA, whereas Hook Porty will be banging bodies against the 5. So he has to try and move his feet against a guy who likes to play like a guard in Joe Lual-Acuil. Mark Patterson, Robert Franks, both back in this game on 4 fouls.
It's now or never.
Yep, sure is.
6 points is Patterson's lowest three-quarter time score in any game this season. Jack White steps up. Brisbane gets to the other end quickly. Digba and one.
I like what I've seen from Digba in this game, using his athleticism.
JLA takes a breather. 17 minutes and 17 points in 22 minutes.
7 rebounds. He got 2 blocks and 2 steals. White gets knocked down.
Some extended minutes tonight for the French next star. And he has 8 points. It's been good. Dellavedova spins baseline, got past Patterson and misses the layup.
Good move, just unable to finish, trying to get that charge back.
Absolutely. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
There it is.
That's what you asked for. And one.
I told you it was coming.
Put him in the bucket.
Sneaky, athletic.
There is nothing sneaky about that.
Oh, it is on Hook Porty.
That
have a look at this.
Is pure athleticism. There's the flop warning on Dellavedova.
Just go straight at the big fella.
Bang.
Love the confidence.
As you said, when opportunity comes, you have to step up when you get it.
Look, you don't need to call me the Oracle, but until tomorrow, I would like to be known as the Oracle.
Young next stars are on display today.
A couple of Brisbane fans probably sitting at home saying, you could have unlocked him a little earlier during the season. But again, it's all about that absence and opportunity. No Drumming, no Sobey. So extended minutes and extended leash to play through. It's going to make the highlight reel.
2-possession game.
That one's for you, NBA Bo. You can have some fun with that. Ding Ding reaching in. Gives away Brisbane's 3rd of the quarter.
5:30 left. At some point, Chris Goulding will re-enter this game.
Big time to also take out Joe Lual-Acuil. Chris Goulding's in the game. Now he's only got the 3 points, 1 of 6. They've been in foul trouble, hasn't been able to find a rhythm. And I say that, deep one will help.
Peter Hooley, the Oracle.
Yep. That's exactly what happened. He could be, we saw it, it's like take the anomaly that Adelaide game out. He could be 0 of 12 before that and a run a play.
Oh.
Was that a Falcon?
That is a proper Falcon.
Here we go. Look at this. Bit of a wayward pass from Delhi. Does not matter. Chris Goulding. Right. Oh.
Kadee turns the corner. Great move.
We're going to wipe the floor here. The whistle was not an extra Extra opportunity, but they're hanging around.
Two-possession game. Great take by Jason Kadee.
He's been huge tonight. Huge.
It's going to be huge all season now.
6 of 9 from the field. He needed to step up today, and he did. 6 rebounds to go along with it.
Speaking of huge, before today, Tom Digbert had only scored in 3 games so far this season. 5, 2, and 2. His new career high tonight of 11 is more than all of his games in the Hungry Jacks NBL combined.
As we mentioned, anytime, I mean, you're playing in the Lithuanian League, but to play against European powerhouses, Algeria, and put up 27 and 11,
you got game.
You can play. Just about unlocking that opportunity.
Hook Porty wants to go to work. Saw the mismatch, made it work for him.
You know he plays under Joe Lual-Acuil Jr. because when he gets it,
it's going up.
It's going up.
Franks. Not that time. Offensive rebound, Brisbane. Dang, dang, the no-look dime for Franks.
Good work on the old boards. Dang, dang. Nice pass.
Oh, Delhi just on the wrong page with Hook Porty there. Going out of bounds. Look at this from Deng Deng. Just putting a bit of sugar on something that didn't need to have sugar on it, but here we go. Oh, hello. And then spin after.
78-72 at John Cain Arena. 4 minutes 16 to play.
That's Deng Deng for you. There's an easy little shovel pass that'll work, but he throws it and then decides to have a little spin the other way.
It's a 6-point lead to Melbourne. Brisbane just can't get any closer than that, Pete. It's sort of always been that 6 or 8 point margin for most of this last quarter.
What happened, as we keep highlighting, you just got to hang around. Give Melbourne United something to think about. And right now, lock in on number 43. Melbourne United in those nice Indigenous jerseys because, yes, he has been quiet tonight, but he can break this game open at any moment.
And a big shout out to Latrobe Financial, who have put up one of the best competitions around right now. The Latrobe Sharp Shot, $100,000 available. If you can drain one from full court, there's $50,000 available. If you want to have a ping from halfway, the details are right there on your screen for you to enter. Great pressure, Shea Ely. All up and in on Kadee.
That's why he's out there in the crunch time.
Patiently waits for the right option. Hook Porty.
Oh, it's been great all night. Hook Porty. It's going to be the hair. 14 points, 5 of 8.
14 minutes of action. Both bigs dominant out there with the minutes that they've been given.
Spot on though, he's taking one straight out of the Joe Lual-Acuil handbook. He's coming off the bench last season, would have just said, look, when you get in the game for me,
go hard. You're not going to be out there long.
Let that thing
go hard.
Patterson, 7 points, got 4 assists, only 2 rebounds. He has got the 4 fouls. Been held in check the majority of this game.
Listen, Jack White is an elite on-ball defender. You have your work cut out for you if Jack White is guarding.
Well, he is, and it's been Delhi for the most part. Shea Ely's had a crack.
Free throws to come for Melbourne.
Jack White been on him as well.
Yeah,
whenever Jack White was on him, he hadn't scored.
Might be a little. I might have a look at this potential coach's challenge here. And we do. So Tom Digger picks up his 4th foul. This will be an interesting one. Now, Tom Digger obviously leaves the cylinder when he jumps up. He's jumping forward to try and meet Shea Ili on the backboard.
That shouldn't be a call. That's not a foul. Shea Ili used his off arm and pushed off on him.
So this is the key when we're going to look at it now, and they can break it down frame by frame. So those are the ones that if Shea Ili is going to create the contact, so it's going to be that baseline angle on the right here. So Shea Ili, but because there's going to be contact when it's on a coach's challenge, it's going to be hard to overturn. But these are the ones that if that's in the normal play and you can try and sense as a referee that Shea Ili is causing that contact on Tom Digger and you let that go, that's what we want to see. But when you break it down on a coach's challenge, there's going to be that contact potentially from Tom Digger, which might make it hard to overturn. But I'm with you. So because of the way he's jumping into him, they're the ones that if it's in a normal play, you're okay with that being a no call and we keep playing. You challenge it and then it gets technical, where you have to break it down. Is there contact there? Is that a legal contact? I think the whole decision right now in the replay centre is who is initiating it and how much is what Tom Digger doing illegal.
Brisbane hanging around.
The floor is confirmed. The coach's challenge is unsuccessful.
So there you go.
We will have 2 shots to 51 whack. The foul will
We've seen that a few times this season in terms of calls that necessarily would be okay with if they were let go, but you're going to challenge it and it gets the technical side of it, and there's enough contact there to have the call on the floor stand. It did look like Tom Digger was a little bit aggressive too. Shea Ili definitely jumps into him. Just hard to overturn those ones.
First season in charge for James Duncan.
How does that Tom Digger dunk on hook 40 land in your top 5 this year?
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know anymore.
I don't even think it's a big top 5. That's how good the top 5 is.
You got Adams, you got Creek, you got Will McDowell-White.
Oh, Cooks.
You got Cooks. You got Cleveland on Pinder. You've got McCall on Froling.
McCall on Froling.
I'm a big fan of the Adams alley-oop in the first game of the season.
You can stay on that island on yourself.
No, that was a big play.
It was a big play.
Yeah. Cop that.
You 2 guys were going at it.
82-74. This game being played tonight on Warrangiri land. Triple header tomorrow. On Sunday hoops, Patterson, nice find for Kadee.
Nice play, drawn up again. Have all the defense worried about the 3-point line on the top of the key. And Jason Kadee with the back door. He's up to 17 points.
They need stops, though, the Bullets. They don't need that. Melbourne certainly do, though. Dellavedova fires away.
For the Bullets, you're probably going to live with that right now. Tom Digger doing a good job at denying Chris Golding the ball. So Delhi wants to take some contested threes.
Patterson, shot clock down to 7, stripped.
That big fella run the floor.
Take a pick. That's going to count, potentially.
And he counted.
They slapped the backboard where that was not going in. It's Shea Ili again. The points are going to count because you slapped the backboard and it was not going to go in. Shea Ili, look at him just coming on the spin. And then he had Hook Porty to the left, Jack White to the right.
Let's watch Jack White here. Campbell, our cameraman, in the line of fire. Never left his post.
Jack White making sure he's all good. Patterson didn't have to do it. It wasn't going to go in. But Shea Ili may potentially start to rethink. I know Delhi sets the tone, does all the little things on the defensive end. Shea Ili, night after night, he's got 3 steals. Got a couple charges taken. Definitely in the conversation for 6th man of the year, that's for sure.
Is it as cut and dry, that Six Man of the Year conversation, as what it was a few weeks ago, perhaps?
Especially after what Kyle Adnam did yesterday with that 3-ball.
Yeah, he's getting closer to a 2-horse race between Illy and Adnam. Chris Golding.
What?
Solar eclipse. Oh, look at this.
I need to see this again.
Good verticality, and then Golding. Don't often see that.
Some hops in those 33-year-old legs.
Oh, Thompson. Timing.
Timing, probably more so.
Good take, good inbounds pass.
Brisbane trail by 10. Dellavedova, 12 points. Wants to tee it up again. Not that time. As we tick up to 90 seconds remaining. The Bullets need buckets, and they need them quick. That's not going to help.
This is the time. I know you're down 10, but Mark Patterson and Robert Franks got to get something in their hands. Jason Kadee shooting 70% from the field, 17 points. Just get something going.
Honestly, the defense have done a good job shutting down when they've gotten the ball. In this quarter, they have the shoe got shipped off. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Once Digbo's shoe came off his feet, the defense broke down from there. That's all she wrote.
The shoe came off, the wheels came off, and that's just about game.
Brisbane got it as close to 6 and 5 points in the fourth, but Melbourne United kept coming up with big plays when it mattered most.
Always going to be a tough ask. Brisbane are just going to have to keep trying to find a way in games they play now. Oh, Nathan Sobey. Patterson has been quiet. But they might have unlocked a little shining light the rest of the season in Tom Digbert. Shea with another steal.
Golding for White, baseline. 13 and 8. Here's Jack White's stat line.
And that is Brisbane's 20th turnover.
Patterson off the glass for 2. Gets himself into double figures. Well, you can see where the damage has been done for Melbourne after half-time. There's the breakdowns. The longer this game's gone, the better they've been. Lual-Acuil. Digbert takes it at Golding at the other end. He can't score. Melbourne fans on their feet.
3 points. Just Lual-Acuil. Everyone stop playing, Sal. Hey, he's thinking, hey, this MVP race is on.
Facts.
Wow, I didn't play that last game against Cairns. There's somebody else an opportunity to... Knocks this one down. He's going to finish with 20 and 8. To go with 2 steals and 2 blocks in just 24 minutes.
Melbourne's imposing home record grows by another win. There's a late 3 from Franks. 6 and 2 on their home floor this season. 13 and 4 for the regular season in the Hungry Jacks NBL. They are on top of the table and have thrown the challenge down to everyone else. If you want us, come and get us. 95-83 they win.
Oh, Brisbane Bullets did a good job. For about 85% of the game, Melbourne United flex their muscle down the stretch. That's what they're going to do. You're going to have to play 40 minutes on this floor against the ladder leaders. 83 points. You did a good effort there, and there's going to be our Foot Locker player of the game, Joe Lual-Acuil. 20 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Give a big nod to Shea Ely as well, who had 13 points and 6 assists to go with 4 steals. But JLA misses one game straight back, and I would think in about 20 seconds he's going to be sprinting off, getting back to his family.
He's expecting a phone call any minute now. His partner thought may have already gone into labour by now, but it hasn't happened as yet. It might be a big couple of days for Joe Lual-Acuil. This team are the real deal, no question about that. Winners tonight. We're going to come back and wrap it up after this in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Thanks for being with us Saturday night in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Melbourne moved to 13 wins for the season, 95 to 83 over the Brisbane Bullets. It was a one-point game at half-time, but the second half belonged to the home team.
Well, dude, really the last quarter just flexing a bit of muscle with their depth. I mean, anytime you got Chris Golding held to 6 points and you get a win by double digits, they're going to be feeling good about themselves. Brisbane did a really good job to hang around. Robert Franks had 20 points, 3 of those were at the end when it really didn't matter. Tom Bigber was a shining light, which we highlighted. Deng Deng had this nice little throwdown. Jason Kadee was excellent with his 17 points, and there is Tom Bigber. Oh, let's be seeing that a little bit. Porty had a bit of a smile. Chris Golding hit a big shot. Big shot late. Jack White was excellent. Hook Porty was excellent. Delhi hits this 3 as well, but Shea Ely once again, he really might be the best defensive player in the competition. And you can see Joe Lual-Acuil 20 and 8. Agata 15 points, a lot of those out in transition. And Franks and Kadee, which we highlighted, Kadee was outstanding. They're going to have to continue to put up big numbers for these Bullets team to get some wins this season.
Corey, it's a pretty overwhelming performance by Melbourne. Not their greatest night shooting the 3 ball, but they won the rebound count. They played as a team, they shot the ball at 47%, and they spread the load. They had 4 players, in fact 5 players in double figures.
Yeah, and that's the depth of this team. They can score and kill you in so many ways. You know, JLA led from the front. Hook Porty, his backup, 15 minutes, 14 points, 4 rebounds. Jack White, 13.